coming up on At Your Leisure.
I'm Skyller.
And I'm Heather.
We're out here exploring the mines in the San Juan Mountains
with Dirty Adventure Crew.
What's up, At Your Leisure? Nick Chase here, and today I am out at Causey Reservoir to show you what an excellent camping place and recreation spot Causey Reservoir ends up being.
And I'm Scott Phillips here at the Idaho Vintage Jeep Rally, watching the old iron go through its paces.
Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Skyler Dykstra.
And I'm Heather Dykstra.
We are in the beautiful mountains of Colorado. We left this morning out of Ouray and we are headed to Imogene Pass.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. So much rich mining history. And I'm excited. We came last year, but I didn't get a chance to drive.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, so I have my rig this year and I am excited to hit the trail.
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
I would say one of the best things you don't get anywhere else is the amazing trail system that we have here. I mean, we're called the Little Switzerland for a reason. So it's like the twin city to like the Switzerland of America. So that's kind of what we're known for. So it's super cool. The trail system's amazing. So a lot of waterfalls, rugged terrain, great for Jeeps, side-by-sides. I mean, everything is just amazing. I grew up here riding dirt bikes, and this is where I learned to ride. So it's great to take this skill here and pretty much take it anywhere in the world. So that's one of my favorite things. The people are great. I mean, it's really a family, tight-knit community.
Skyller lives just down the street from me. And I've been in the Jeep and now for some 35, 40 years. And when I met him, we go out to Little Moab, do a little rock crawling and stuff like that. So it's just really a lot of fun. And he invited me to come along with this. Actually, I am a member of their Dirty Adventure Crew. Good bunch of people. Yeah, a little more extreme on the roads and things to get to a lot of places. That's probably the big difference, but Utah does have some pretty awesome sites up in the mountains and trails like that. But Colorado is just nuts, I guess you could put it.
Wow, look at this gorgeous waterfall.
Yeah, Silver Basin is an amazing place to explore. There's so many little side attractions to get you off the busy trail.
Absolutely, there's no shortage of beautiful things to see out here. While we're checking out this waterfall, you guys take a look at our next story.
What's up, At Your Leisure? Nick Chase here, and today I am out at Causey Reservoir. Well, not quite at Causey Reservoir. I'm actually at one of the campgrounds just below it, but we're gonna be going up there soon. Now, this is a great place to camp with friends, with family, and it just so happens that I'm actually up here camping with my mom and dad to show you what an excellent camping place and recreation spot Causey Reservoir ends up being.
To get to Causey, it's just a short drive on Highway 39 following the South Fork of the Ogden River. This beautiful stretch of road is home to a plethora of campgrounds. If you want to get the one closest to the reservoir, pull off at the Weber Memorial Park campground and you will be pleasantly surprised.
You come here and you just can engage with nature, you can enjoy the solitude you can put your feet in the water and just be totally at home. And you can watch the birds. There's a squirrel back behind us. I mean, it is so peaceful.
After you set up your trailer or put up your tent, there are plenty of ways to relax at camp. Hang your hammock from a tree and kick back, grab a shady spot for some snacks or a picnic, or cast a fishing line on the South Fork of the Ogden River. Just don't forget, there is plenty of fun to be had just up the road at the reservoir.
Causey Reservoir is a quaint reservoir, and it has 3 canyons or 3 arms that you can actually go investigate as well.
There's a great variety of terrain here. The cliffs around the lake are really nice, and there's a lot of nice shadowy areas where you can get and just dip into the water and enjoy your time in the lake. I've never really had enough guts to do any cliff jumping here, but it sure looks like a lot of fun. Someday I'm gonna have to get some courage and just jump off the rock.
If jumping into the water isn't quite your speed, you can still enjoy the view from many of the different footpaths that border the reservoir.
There's a lot of really nice little hiking trails here too, so you can enjoy yourself, not only tubing in the river or soaking in the river or fishing or bird watching. It's just a great place to bring your family and relax.
The story ultimately told by this area of the Ogden Valley is that of peace and relaxation, and a place that has something for everyone in the entire family.
I like coming up here because I love the mix of people. We'll see older people here enjoying themselves with water activities or hiking. There'll be little toddlers with their folks as well, enjoying the shallow areas. It is an awesome place to come up and just hang out with friends and family.
See, not a bad family outing. Well, everyone, it has been an absolutely magnificent day here at Causey Reservoir in South Fork, but it's time for me to go to sleep. And I'm very happy that I decided to camp here tonight so that I don't have to drive all the way back to the city. Now, if you want to come here, make sure that you practice all the safety measures, bring a life jacket, make sure to tell people where you're going, and enjoy the water. And most of all, enjoy Causey Reservoir and the rest of South Fork. For this week's Where To and At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Skyller.
And I'm Heather.
We are standing up here above Ouray, Colorado in the San Juan Mountains.
Right in front of us, you'll see the remnants of the San Pedro mine that used to be here.
There's mining remnants scattered all throughout this mountain from when they used to mine silver and gold out here.
Whenever I see some of these big monster pulleys and tables and the old ore carts, how the heck did they do it, you know? And some of the major stuff they got up there was unreal. Huge weight, tons and tons of stuff, and they still got it up here. They didn't have helicopters, and poor horses that had to pull some of it up. That would be difficult.
Once you're a part of the San Juan Mountains, for some reason it's different than the other mountains, bro. I lived up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, in between the two parks, and for some reason the San Juan Mountains are totally different than the rest. Maybe it's all the dead ghosts up here. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of dead miners that never made it out of this country. Yeah. Come from back east or come from Ireland or Italy and you came here and you never left here. You came from that country, you worked here till you were 35 and you never made it out of here. So I believe there's still a lot of souls and ghosts here. But anyways, my in-laws started this and we don't have many workers, so we open the 4 days a week, but we do 1,200 people a day. So we do almost 5,000 people in 4 days through here. I have people that come back and tell me we've been waiting 6 years to come back here and eat. And I thought, wow, where do you live? There's no burger joint in your place where you've had to wait 6 years to come back here? So we have like a following of, I still do customers that my mother-in-law did 35 years ago.
The town's amazing. It's grown a lot, probably in the last 20 years. We've been here since 2004 doing side-by-side rentals, so we've been one of the first here doing those, so that's been really cool. It's been really cool to see it evolve and just see like the Ouray hot springs. That's kind of one of the big point of interest here in town. A lot of people come here from all over the world to experience that. The winter time's also a busy time for the ice climbing festival that we have here. People come from all over the world to experience that. So here at Ride Adventures, we rent out side-by-sides for people and their families, so everybody can get that experience as a family as a whole, to be able to go out and experience these trails together, whether you're 5 or 50. You know, it's great fun for everybody. Of course, Jeeps is where it started, but you know, side-by-sides have really made it kind of including the whole family, and it's just been really cool things. I would say a lot of the reason people come here is just to escape the busy, you know, hustle and bustle of where they're from. We get a lot of Texans here, a lot of people from California. So I think people just come here just to experience this greatness.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Skyler.
And I'm Heather. And right now you can see we're above the town of Ouray, Colorado, and you can really see why they call it the Switzerland of America from up here.
Yes, you can. So we are here on Pozo Rock right now on Imogene Pass, and we are just feet away from going over the top.
Beautiful ride. There's no more beautiful country in the whole wide world. Finally, kind of feel sorry for the people in Switzerland, because we've got it all right here. Seeing the countryside. There's nothing more beautiful than this. Look at the mountains up behind me here. How do you get any more beautiful than that? Make sure you got lockers. You don't need them every place, but where we was yesterday, if you don't have them, you don't get to do some of the really fun climbs and stuff like that.
So my advice is always, you know, you need at least a minimum of 4 days out here. I mean, if you could spend a summer, that'd be the way to do it. But a lot of people only have a few days. So I would always say, you know, hit at the hot springs, you know, that's amazing. Get out there on the trails, get out of town, experience that, you know, that tree line, above tree line feel, you know, just something you don't really get anywhere else. So that, you know, the great restaurants we have in town, you know, just all the hospitality, everything is just amazing. So that would be my recommendation. Get out here and experience it.
What makes it a great idea is the mountains, bro. I meet people here. I've run this kitchen for 24 years, and I meet people from all over the world, and I meet people that are billionaires, and they tell me they can go anywhere to travel in the world, and they come back here every single year to vacation. And I ask them why, and they tell me it's the majestic mountains.
Well, we made it up to Imogene Pass. It's glorious up here. How high up are we?
We are at 13,114 feet. One thing to remember when you're up at this high in elevations, to drink plenty of water.
Absolutely. And while there are gorgeous wildflowers along the way, we want to remind you not to pick them. And there are some adorable critters. Please don't feed them.
So While we get back down the trail, why don't you guys go check out our next story?
Hey, I'm Scott Phillips, and this is my good friend Tim Ryan. We're enjoying the Idaho Vintage Jeep Festival. We've been out on the trail in Tim's Commando, and it's been a lot of fun to see that. Tim just barely buttoned up a full drivetrain swap on this thing about 1 a.m. last night.
1 a.m. We got a couple hours sleep and headed north.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys ended up having to do.
Well, we swapped the engine, transmission, and transfer case this week because last year on this event, we baked the motor, overheated it, and so we swapped to a heavier duty transmission and then a transfer case that also has lower gears. So happy to say, since it didn't get any test driving time, it was flawless.
This is the test drive. Well, these vintage Jeeps are pretty amazing. It's incredible to see just what you can do with the old school, old tech. They take a little bit of work to keep running, but they sure are fun.
Mine is a 67 Commando. It's got a 79 Buick 3.8 liter engine in it. And just last night, about 1 a.m., we finished putting the Ford T18 transmission in and a Dana 20 transfer case with the low gear set in it. So we were able to crawl up this hill today at a super slow pace and very comfortable.
It's a really fun event, really casual. You know, usually the first day on Saturday, it's a fairly mild trail. We had a couple challenges today. And then if you stay over till Sunday, then he tries to take you out to a more challenging area. One of the funnest things about it is, you know, this is a technology from the late 1930s, early 1940s, and the fact that we can take these rigs out and do a lot of the stuff that the big high dollar rigs are doing. It's just really fun to get out and kind of, what can I do with this rig in its current configuration? I really love it.
The Idaho Vintage Jeep Rally started in 2018 and since then has grown every year. It's an event where people talk shop about their vehicles, exchange ideas, discuss what works and what doesn't. Many of these old rigs are stock, but just like with new Jeeps, it's really all about the modifications.
Well, V8 Swap Shop, we do just that. We put a new life in these old Jeeps that only have 4 and 6 cylinders, or any of those that feel like they want to step up like that, and give them a heartbeat, we say, you know. We'll put a V8 engine in any Jeep, new or old. The old iron just speaks to me. You know, new vehicles just don't have as much class, as much style. These old Jeeps just have all of that, but they don't have a lot of power. And for anybody that wants to put bigger tires on it or go play in the sand or any of these things that require more power, we can put a V8 engine out of any type. We do used, new, rebuilt. I love seeing the variety of old Jeeps. All these guys that have fixed their Jeeps up, they all have a different way of going about it. They all do a different thing to theirs, and it all sets them apart, but they still have that cool old Jeep vibe.
This brings back a lot of nostalgia for me. My family got introduced to Jeeps when my grandpa bought a 48 Willys, a lot like this one here. This is Grandpa's Jeep, so that kind of has a lot of meaning to me because my grandpa started us out in an old Willys.
This is my 1948 Willys CJ2A. I call it Grandpa's Jeep because it was my grandpa's hunting rig. It kind of, after Grandpa died, it kind of sat around in a couple different cousins' places, and finally ended up in my hands, and I've rebuilt everything mechanically, but I've kind of kept the grunge look to it. If you want to see what it can do, look at my YouTube channel, Grandpa's Jeep or Stan Fuller. Met the greatest people in these old Jeeps, and it's just a great community, and everybody helps out and has fun together, and is very supportive. I've really enjoyed it.
It's just a great group of people, but these old Jeeps have so much class and style, and they take us to so many new places like this in the backcountry, and we love it.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We had a great time today checking out Silver Basin and all the old mines on our way up to Imogene Pass.
It was awesome. My favorite part was seeing all the beautiful waterfalls out here.
You know what I like?
What?
Checking out next week's show.
Thanks, Skyller. Next week, Rhea and I are getting out on the water with some great kayak rentals as we take you to one reservoir that's large in size but not so much in depth, and we'll tell you all about it. Then Scott Huntsman has another great Jeep upgrade. He's got the inside scoop, and he takes us back to his shop for a sway bar installation. Finally, keeping with the Colorado exploration theme, Reese and Marianne will do one of their own, showing you a great spot that's well known in the winter, but's got some surprising things for the summer. Now, let's take a look at our contest winner. This week's contest winner was submitted to us via email by Dean Killian, and it looks like Dean is the lucky winner of an outdoor stove from Camp Chef. Camp Chef offers the best way to get your cooking done in the outdoors. Visit campchef.com for more information, and be sure to call us and leave a message Monday at 801-947-8888 or direct message us on Facebook to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at our calendar of events. First up, September 14th, our journey takes us back to the annual event at Ouray, Utah, as we keep the September 11th Memorial Ride alive. Every year, we team up with the folks at Stedman's for the Ride to Remember, the Red, White, and Road of 2024. You'll be treated to gourmet hamburger dinners from Eat a Burger. Oh, it's the best stuff in the world. Then, September 19th and 20th is the Manti Mountain Fall Run, which is a great way to get your machine out on the famous Arapeen Trail system. Visit MantiATVRun.com for more information. And don't forget to visit our events page at AYLTV.com to stay up to date on all the great jamborees and off-road and outdoor events that happen throughout the year.
Next week's show looks great.
It does. We had an awesome time out here exploring this beautiful San Juan Mountains with our family and friends. While we love Utah, there is so much beauty to be seen just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
But remember, there's adventure around every corner.
All you have to do is get out and find your own.
At your leisure.